What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about yet again another point guard, as today we look at a player that's projected to go around the 21st overall pick, and his name is Bennett Stirtz. Hopefully I said his name correctly. What's quite interesting is he's from the University of Iowa, but I'm pretty sure he played in a university before that. He's 23 years of age. He's played multiple years of college, but I think this is his first year in a semi-bigger college. I think he played in a couple of lower level colleges as well, and he produced quite big numbers. So that ultimately means that he's probably ready for the NBA, and also it might mean that taking the next step and still producing at a pretty decent rate, could that mean at the NBA he'd be able to do the same? I'm sure he'd be willing to do the same, but is he able to do the same? In many ways, he reminds me of someone that we've already talked about, and his name is Christian Anderson, but also quite different. They are both very focused on playmaking and getting the ball to, obviously, their teammates to produce and score and to get people involved and everything in between. They're a little bit different guys as well. So with that being said, let's talk about him. Let's talk about him in this video. Before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, feel free to drop a like, follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know what you guys think about Bennett Stirtz and whether or not you believe he could be an effective point guard at the NBA level, and should the Chicago Bulls be considered as an option for him in the NBA draft. So, again, University of Iowa, but played in multiple universities, played a lot of colleges, I should say. And his statistics is 19.8 points per game, 4.4 assists per game, 2.6 rebounds per game, shooting 1.4 steals per game, shooting 47.7% from the field. Where's his three-point shooting? I can't see it. I don't know. 37. Apparently that's his projected three-point shooting. Well, look, he's a good three-point shooter. Let's put it that way. That's one of his key attributes. I don't know why it's not showing his three-point shooting, and again, it's gonna put me in a completely vulnerable position as I now have to search for it and embarrass myself and waste more time and waste your guys' time, but that's fine. It's all good. We're gonna do that right now because I love you guys, and I'm gonna give you the statistics. 37.6% from the three-point line, apparently, and that's his projected. His projected NBA three-point shooting percentage is 37.9%. I have no idea how the fact that they could even figure that out. His true shooting is 60%. There's something as well. But okay, projected NBA shooting is now just a stat we're going to throw out there. Who the heck knows? But it is his positive. He can shoot the lights out of that basketball. His shot is quick. It's really, really quick. When he shoots in the mid-range, it's quick. When he does the catch and shoot, it's quick. I feel like the quicker the jump shot, the harder it is to guard. Obviously, if you're going to have someone that takes ages to shoot, you're more likely to be able to close out. So that makes sense. And that's a very key part of his game that works well. He's not the most amazing athletic player that you'll ever see, but ultimately, he's definitely someone where if you put him in a situation where he needs to dribble himself out of it, maybe he has to take a tough shot, the fact that it'll be released quickly also means he'll be less likely to get blocked. And it speaks with his ability to shoot. His field goal percentage and his three-point shooting percentage are quite nice. And it's definitely something you got to take into consideration. I do like someone that can get a shot off quick, but you guys know me. I love a playmaking point guard. I love a point guard that can playmake, that will get other people involved. It is a team game after all, and having a point guard that is willing to get people open is fantastic. I kind of want to bring Christian Anderson into this because obviously they're two playmaking point guards. Obviously, Christian Anderson averaged around, 7.6 assists or 7.8 assists, something like that. Bennett averaged 4.4 assists, but they're quite different. Again, I feel like with Bennett, it's all quick. Obviously, he's very good in the pick and roll. We know that. His pick and roll passing, very similar to Christian Anderson, is quite nice, but it's quick. So you don't give the opposing team the option to kind of set up on defense. So when he does the pick and pop, it's quick. When he finds the guy in the corner, it's quick. When he's kind of maneuvering his way and being able to pass out, it's all quick. Even in transition, he's not the most amazing ball handler, but because of his IQ and how quick he is, when he's in transition, he already knows where he's going to pass. There were a nice couple of fakes in there as well. Ultimately, his passing is very quick. I think with Christian Anderson, it's not always the quickest passing. It's more he's able to find the gaps. So most likely in the pick and roll, the defense is set up already when Christian Anderson is passing the ball. It's not always rapid quickness. He's able to find the big tremendously well, but he finds gaps, which means he's probably going to be better at finding the backdoor cutters as well. He will find the gaps in the defense and execute. They're both very good passers, not the same passers, but very, very, very good passers in and themselves, and they'll both bring something different to the game. So yeah, I think the biggest negative is one, he's 23 years old. And I guess if we're trying to potentially select it with the 15th overall pick, you need to ask the question, do you see more in a guy like Christian Anderson? If you were going to select a point guard in the draft, let's say, for whatever reason, the Bulls decide to do something like that, wouldn't you see more in Christian Anderson at 19 years of age than someone like Bennett at 23 years of age? Or, I guess another question you can ask is, should the Bulls even be considering a point guard? The age comes into it, in my opinion, as well. Look, he'll probably be more likely NBA ready because he's taken steps up in his career already, and you'd expect someone at 23 years of age to be NBA ready from the very get-go, really. That's what college is all about, really, is to get them to the NBA levels. It may take some time for others, but for 23 years of age, that's your expectation. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand at this point in time. I also don't really like what he could do on the defensive end. I don't think he's going to be amazing on that end. He's 6'3" if I'm not mistaken. He's 6'4" actually, but I think he'll get dominated on that defensive end, and he's not exactly a great mover. He's not really an elite ball handler as well. So it kind of looks very generic sometimes the way that he plays, but sometimes high IQ, that's fine. But yeah, there's just certain issues with him that ultimately will make me question why the Bulls would kind of consider him over other guys. Is he one of my favorite guards to talk about? Well, again, a playmaking point guard will always be one of my favorites to talk about. In terms of athleticism, he actually has a 37.5-inch vertical. I'm pretty sure Christian Anderson has higher than that, but that's really, really good. Maybe it's just that he doesn't show it enough. I think that could be the conversation there. I didn't see many athletic plays out of him. But should the Bulls be selecting him with the 15th overall pick, or maybe if he falls to the second round, or maybe if the Bulls trade into the first round again and have 3 first-round picks, should we select him? Again, this is kind of the brutal part, because we're getting to the point now where I think the weaknesses are very glaring, and it could definitely hurt the Bulls in some ways. I would say personally, there are many, many guys that I've talked about, and I like them all, and I like Bennett as well, but he wouldn't be close to my first options. You know, Darius Acuff, Mikal Brown Jr. I really do like Christian Anderson as well. Fleming, Cameron Carr. There's a lot of guards, and of course the Darren Peterson if you select him. You know, like there are a lot of guards in this league that I really, really, or in this draft class that I really, really like. In fact, most of them, pretty much all of them, I really, really like. But for some reasons or another, I would stay away, or I would really consider. I would stay away from Bennett because of his age. I stay away from him at the moment because we already have a point guard in Josh Giddey, and I don't think it's worth trading Josh Giddey for this player. And I would also stay away because I do think there are better in his position at the moment that I would consider. A Darius Acuff and a Christian Anderson, 2 undersized guards, mainly point guards that can play make and has a good offensive game and they can shoot the ball. I don't know. To me, he wouldn't be my first option, but he would be an option that would scare me either. If we did select him, yes, I would question it, but I wouldn't, I guess, look at this and just, I don't know, rip my hair out. You know, maybe like what we did with Pat. I didn't really rip my hair out for any of these guys, but, you know, Dalen Terry and Walker Kessler was right there, for example. That, for many people, they ripped their hair out. They couldn't stand it. I don't think I'd be saying that if we selected him. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you guys think. But, hey, I can already see in my head right now, this guy off the bench playing for the Bulls and Stacey King just constantly saying, hey, man, this kid can play. This kid can play. You got to give him more minutes. He says that with every guard, every single guard that we ever have on God's green earth. But I could see him saying it for this player because he's going to come into the league and people are just going to instantly just turn away from him because he doesn't play like everybody else. He's not flashy. He doesn't have the most amazing ball handling skills of all time. It does feel a little bit basic and generic, but he'll get results for you as well. I could see Stacey King saying that. I could see him saying that just fresh in my mind. Hey, man, this kid can play. Whether it's on the other team or on our team, he'll be saying it. I guarantee you, at one point throughout the season, when Bennett is playing, Stacey King will say, this kid can play. I'm going to call it now. And we'll see. But thank you for watching. All jokes aside, see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.